In today's video, we're going to use paint and peel and stick flooring to give this bathroom some character. This is the bathroom that our 4 kids share. The last time I redid it, they were little kids and now they're all officially teenagers. The shower head is leaking. This bathtub, nobody really likes to use it. The color is so outdated. The ceiling fan just kind of fell out of the ceiling, or at least the cover did. And the fan makes a very loud and obnoxious noise when we try and run it. Anyway, so I'm a little wonky. Let's start by taping off the wall and we're going to try painting this bathtub. I really dislike taping. It seems to take forever and it's just such a long process. But I felt it was very necessary with this paint. I didn't want to get it on the wall and have to worry about scraping it off later on. When it came down to it, it was well worth it. I was glad we taped. So if you decide to try painting your bathtub with this appliance epoxy, do yourself the favor and tape. Did we get the window open? No. I smell it already. This appliance epoxy enamel works great. The kids have been using the tub for a little while now and the paint hasn't scratched at all. If you decide to try this though, I have to warn you, make sure your area is very well ventilated because this paint has a very strong odor. This is what the tub looked like after 2 coats of paint. I was hoping it would only need 3 coats, but I ended up having to do 4 to really cover up that tan color that was showing through. So the one thing I found is that this paint, once it gets on your skin, it's really sticky and it's hard to get off. I had some doTERRA lavender oil here, and you just put 1 drop on and rubs it right off. And I don't know, maybe any oil would work, but I just happened to try that because I had it here. So, my little tip, if it gets on your skin. I was able to unscrew the old exhaust fan, but I was having trouble getting it out of the ceiling. Jason came in and he was able to pull it down pretty quickly. But I can't get it out. See, I couldn't get that to come right down like that. Good job. I really know nothing about bathroom exhaust fans before doing this project. I measured the length and width of the hole in the ceiling. I did not realize that there would be different depths for a ceiling fan, and it took me 3 fans before I finally bought the right size. At this point in the bathtub painting process, I had only painted 2 coats of paint on the tub. I didn't finish before we installed the ceiling fan. As you can hear, there was a lot of stuff falling out of the ceiling and into the bathtub. The paint didn't scratch at all. I was impressed, and it really gives me hope that this paint is going to hold up nicely for years. I had thrown cardboard over the drain, and this is why we made quite the mess in the tub while we were getting the fan put in.
Can I have my power back now?
Is this hooked up? Are we done?
Yes.
You got that? Don't drop it. I couldn't figure out which breaker cut the power to just the bathroom, so I ended up turning off the main, and that cut the power to our whole farm. Cody came looking for me, wondering why there was no power, and he ended up helping me so that I would get done faster because he wanted the power back on so he could get to work.
Where do you want me to go with this? You want to throw this straight in the trash can?
Yes, please.
Oh, that's your straightest cut around here.
Yeah, it is.
Wonder how that was pulled off.
Okay, again, you gotta be able to get it out because it's not hooked up to the electric yet. This fan had the right dimensions for the hole, but it still didn't fit in. So Cody was cutting some more off so that we could slide the fan up into the ceiling. There you go.
You want to go turn my power back on so I can go get to work?
It works! Yay! Thank you, Cody.
I don't like it. It's too quiet.
The light doesn't work because we didn't have the right electrical setup for that. We just capped those light wires off, hooked up the fan, and finally, now we have a working fan. I had 3 cans of paint that I had bought off the mist tint rack at Lowe's. So we had some options for what color we were going to paint the walls. This is the kids' bathroom, and ultimately they spend the most time in there. Since I liked all 3 colors, I decided to let them make the final decision on which color we would paint the walls. I'm putting some plumber's tape around the pipe, and then I'm going to hook up the new shower head that I had bought. And actually, I was afraid it wasn't going to sit flush, but it does. It looks good. Peel and stick flooring at Lowe's. It was pretty easy to install. I just used a utility knife and a square to cut it to the right size. The hardest part was cutting it around the toilet. Maybe somebody who's a professional could give me some tips for next time. That took really long, but all in all, it took a full day to install this, which I didn't think was too bad. I picked up some hooks from Lowe's to add to the walls for the kids to hang their towels from. My stud finder broke, so I was just knocking on the wall trying to find where the studs are so that I could put the hooks on a stud. We didn't have a screwdriver small enough for this part of the job, so Sarah had a can opener on her multi-tool that she was able to use to tighten the little tiny screws. Anna had spotted these pictures when we were at Hobby Lobby one day, and I just thought they were super cute and they would be the perfect addition to their bathroom. I wanted to hang a shade in this window, but the trim that was around this window was decorative and not flat. So I had to use a screwdriver to remove the old trim without damaging the wall or the trim on the outside of the window. Pieces of trim I used as my guide to know how to cut the new pieces of trim, and then I just painted the new trim white so that it would match the rest of the window. I fit my new trim pieces in place and then used my brad nailer to nail it into place. After the trim was hung, I used white caulk along the seams to fill in the gaps so that it would look more seamless.